Good morning, it's me again. Just a quick thank you to all the subscribers that have been with my channel over the last 2 years. Big thank you. And I'm with a fellow tractor enthusiast today. We're going to talk about his tractors, his life in tractors, how he got into tractors and that sort of thing. So please come along. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up for me and subscribe to the channel. It'll do the channel a world of good. Anyway, here we go. Right, let me introduce you to Bob Hills. Bob, how long have you been into tractors now?
Big question.
Vintage tractors in particular, obviously.
I suppose.
Too long by the sound of it.
Yeah.
Too long. What made you get into it, the hobby in the first place?
Well,
Did you come from a farming background?
no, I've worked nearly all my life not in farming as such, but as an agricultural engineer.
Oh, okay.
I suppose it was the 1970s, really.
Oh, okay. What, you bought your first tractor, or?
Yeah,
Can you remember that first tractor you bought?
yeah. It's a 1942 standard Fordson.
Oh, right. Is that the EN9 or something they called it? Is it? Or the 27? I'm probably more confused than you with your knowledge. It was the dark blue one, wasn't it?
That was a Fordson Major E27N.
E27N, yeah. Is that's what you had? That was your first tractor, was it?
No.
No?
I mean, as a hobby, I wanted to collect old tractors and farm machinery, really.
Yeah.
So I suppose it was 1970, 71 or 72, something like that,
Yeah.
as I started. And
Did you do it for just to do the tractors up, or was it a cause you done it for? Was it a contracting cause you wanted to do it for, or just a general hobby?
just a general hobby, really.
Really, yeah.
Yeah,
Because you're an engineer, you're an agricultural engineer,
yeah.
so you must have visited all these farms, all these old farm machinery, the Fordson Majors, the Fergusons, the Masses.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's all nuts and bolts, isn't it?
yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And have you been showing your vehicles over the years?
Yes, yeah. The first thing I showed that was the Kent County Show. That was in, I'm terrible with my blooming memories.
That's okay.
So I entered to the Kent County Show. I suppose that must have been right from the 70s, I suppose.
Yeah. And you're a blue man. You're into your Fordsons.
Yeah.
And you prefer the Fordsons. I'm a grey man myself.
Right.
Obviously the grey Fergies, but because they're simple, and I'm simple, so that's what I like about it, you know. And the ploughing matches I don't need to know too much technology in ploughing with the Fergie class. But have you done any tractor ploughing yourself over the years?
Yeah. Oh. I belong to Rosen and Rochester
Okay.
Ploughing Association, and I plough in their match every year.
What do you plough it with? What is your tractor?
Well, I plough with the. I used to plough with a 2 for a trailer plough.
Oh right, yeah, the trailer plough, yes.
Yeah, and then I've got a 2 for mounted plough.
Yep. Is that a ransom?
Yeah.
Was it a TS59 or something like that?
No, it's a the trailer plough's a 9RSLD,
Right.
and the mounted plough is a completely threw me this morning.
That's it. That's no problem. It's a blue plough. Let's call it have you got it all stored away here?
Not here, no.
Oh, okay.
But it's not. I've got it down at Colesford.
Okay. Perhaps someday we go and have a look at it. And your ploughing setup would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you say about a trailer plough. Now, that's a bit of a dying art now, isn't it, really?
Yeah, that's right.
You know, there's only a few of you left in who do use a trailer plough. And when you go to the ploughing matches, there's probably about 8 competitors or something like that. Some with track vehicles. I know Ralph Stevens, he ploughs with a D2 and a trail plough. And there's a couple of other guys I know regular, but as we're on camera, I've forgotten their names as well. But it's an art in itself, the trailer plough as well,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's not just a matter of getting to the end of the furrow and lifting it up on a 3-point linkage. You've actually got to pull the piece of string that lifts the whole plough up in the air,
Right.
turn around in a big circle. It's not just a quick flip round, is it?
No, that's right.
And do you like the art of ploughing? Do you?
I've always been interested in that ever since I was a kid, really.
Yeah.
Um,
It's lovely to see a scrape furrow, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And everything buried, and the starts and the finishes and the starts.
that's right.
You know, I mean, I'm only an amateur at this, and on my YouTube channel, you'll see some of my attempts of doing a decent furrow. But I don't always do it to win. I just do it for the crack, and I enjoy. And you know, it's a dying art, all ploughing, because everyone mill tills now, don't they?
Right, yeah.
They drill straight into last year's crop. Now, over the years, you've obviously owned tractors, different tractors. Have you bought and sold tractors, and you've moved on for different tractors, or?
Oh no, really, I've still got my, which I will never get rid of it, my standard Fordson.
Oh, you still got it?
Yeah,
Oh, fantastic. Perhaps we can have a look at that sometime.
yeah.
That'd be good. And do you still tinker with it?
Well, yeah, but when it goes a bit wrong, I might have to have a go at it, you know.
Yes, I mean, they do say, don't they, that you don't do anything to a tractor until it goes wrong.
No, that's right.
You leave alone. Because if you start opening up things, you'll start going into troubles.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice to talk to a chap like yourself who's been in the hobby for so long. And is it only tractors you do, or stationary engines, or anything like that?
Well, I've done the odd stationary engine. Not really interested in that.
No, because they don't move.
So yeah. Yeah, I suppose it was, tractors really.
Yeah. You've helped people out in the club, obviously the tractors. You've gone round and helped people repair their tractors.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So if you could name one particular tractor you either owned or would love to own, what would it be then, Bob? What would be your bet if you had the money in your pocket and you could go out today and buy the tractor of your dreams? What would it be?
God, that's quite a pose, that.
Would it be a roadless, or a Marshall, or would it be a Muir Hill?
That's basically Ford derived, isn't it?
A big one?
That's
Ford's.
Ford's,
Yeah, it's a sort of Ford engine, gearbox and axle, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the roadless is sort of like they put their own sort of front axle on it, and same with Muir Hill.
Yeah.
Is Muir Hill a Ford
Yeah.
engine? It is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
I never knew that. I thought it was they developed their own, but obviously not.
No, that was based on a Ford skid unit.
Yeah. So obviously, when you was an agricultural engineer, what was the main tractors that you was around in that era? Was it the Fordson Major?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And the 135 or the massive Ferguson 135.
135s, yeah.
Yeah. And what did you like the 135? Or because it's quite. I mean, even now the 135s are still a working tractor, aren't they?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They're built to last, after all,
yeah.
aren't they? But what dealership did you work for, or did you work for yourself?
Work for myself.
Oh, did you work for yourself? So you come across all sorts of tractors back in the day.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and no cabs, none of that air conditioning or anything like that, was it? No, out in the field, ploughing in all weathers, wasn't it?
That's right.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
The hard farmers, wasn't they, back in them days?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you was mainly a Ford man, was you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my personal preference.
What made you choose the blue instead of the red or the grey or the other colours?
But basically, I mean, as a kid, I used to work on farms in the village,
Yeah.
and they had Fords, and that was it, you know.
Ah, okay. Because I mean, I've got a Fordson Dexter, Super Dexter, a narrow variety, would come off the hot farm.
Yeah.
And it's a lovely tractor, but I just don't have that same attachment as to my grey Fergusons. I don't know why, but it seems to be in the hobby, you're either a blue man or a black grey or a red man. You don't seem to cross that divide, do you?
No.
You know, I can see just sitting here, we've got the Fordson Tractor magazine. I presume you subscribe to that, do you, Bob?
Yeah.
Do you? And I'm going to show the viewers a few of your pictures as well. At least the tractors you've done up in the past, are they, or you owned? Perhaps this one here, Bob. Is that you with the tractor?
Yeah, that was with the standard Fordson.
And that's the one you still got, is it?
Yeah.
I'll just show the viewers that. I don't know if you'll pick that up. And that is you standing beside it, Bob, is it?
Yeah.
Back in the younger days.
Yeah.
That's a smashing looking tractor, that. Right, let's move on. Oh, and that's you again, is it, with your trailer plough?
Yeah. Yeah.
Once again, let's see if I can get that in shot. And what do we have here? This is unusual, Bob.
Ah. Yeah. No, I haven't got that now.
Well, what is it?
It's a Calla Ranger.
And I'll show the viewers. What would that be used for?
Well, it was a tractor that was designed for anything.
Sorry, Bob. Was it a front? I can see on the front of this picture. Was it a front linkage tractor? Was it?
Yeah, front and back.
Oh, front and back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Obviously, it didn't take on. Really.
Well, I think they wanted too much money for them.
Really.
Yeah.
I've got another picture of it here, and one more. And how long did you own that for, Bob?
I suppose I had it for about 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
And what made you sell it? You moved on to other projects?
Yeah, space was the main thing.
Space?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. And is this you there as well?
Ah. Yeah, that's me and the okay, that's a 19 60 4-pound measure.
Let me get your glasses for you, Bob. Do you need your glasses? That's a power major, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a
Let me show the viewers, Bob. Is that you sitting on it?
yeah.
That's you sitting on it. That's obviously a ploughing match, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a local one down at ploughing match down at Mepham.
Oh, okay. Did you win?
No, I don't think we quit. I just entered a tractor and a plough to ploughing. I think maybe I've got a second or something.
Oh, fantastic.
Um,
You got a second? Oh, that's good. Okay, Bob, let's move on. I can see a green Fordson in this picture.
oh yeah.
Now, I've had several people explain the difference of the blues, the greens, the orange. What's your take on the? Because I know during the war was it originally orange, and then changed to green because of the Dagenham problem.
Well, they changed. That was a green one, so
That was during the war, was it?
that was 1942. That is that one.
1942. So there is, you know, because I have been told that they've changed from, because they was originally orange, but if you could imagine like down at Dagenham Dock where the Ford factory was,
Yeah.
and masses of orange in front of it, and the German aircraft come across, they knew exactly where they was. Now,
Well, that could have been part of it, yeah.
okay, or more was it when they was in the field they wasn't spotted so much in the field as being
Yeah.
green rather than orange?
Yeah. In the field, they were. They were just green because they did a blue one.
Yep. The later one was the blue one, wasn't it? Was it called the High Jane or something like that, or?
No, that was the E27N. That was a high major.
High Major.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Which was a lot bigger than that.
Oh, okay.
Same engine.
Yeah.
Um,
More ground clearance.
yeah.
Okay. Let me show the viewers that one then, Bob. It must bring back memories looking at old photographs, this, mustn't it? You know, back in the day.
Yes. Because that's a trailer plough on the back of that.
Yep. I've got a picture here of you and your trailer ploughs.
Yeah, sorry, I'll keep looking at that.
That's alright, no, it's all about... Let me show the viewers that before we put it down. I don't know if you can see that one. I'll try and get the best picture I can. And moving on. Now, we're into a funny colour one here, Bob. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about this one. Now, it's a red one. Is that a McCormick?
Yeah.
Did you own that one, or is it?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
You did own that one?
Yeah.
So you have dabbled into other colours then?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Farm All A, that is.
Did you do it up yourself? Or
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Did you? What was condition of it, was it, when you first took over it?
Well, it wasn't a runner, but
Yeah. It's a petrol, obviously.
yeah, petrol TVO.
Oh, petrol TVO, right.
Yeah.
So it was about just after the war, was it? Or what period would that be?
That was 1940.
What made you buy it, Bob? Did it just come up at a time when you had nothing else on?
Yes, yes, from a farm in Gravesend.
Oh, okay.
In those days,
It looked a nice little project to
yeah,
get
it
on
was,
with,
yeah.
wasn't
Yeah,
You got a little workshop where you do all your bits and bobs
yeah, out in the garden.
out in the garden. How did you get your tractor through to the garden? Because I can't see any side exits to your garden. Did you? Is there a back entrance or something like that, or through the garage?
Through the garage.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I bet that upset the wife with a tractor going through flower beds, wasn't it, Bob?
No, she's very good about all that sort of stuff.
Is she?
Yeah.
Right, I've got another one of you here. This is another one with your trailer player on it. You and your trailer player. And that's you another player in match, is it?
Yeah, down at Mepham, that one.
That's a Mepham, is it?
Yeah.
Did you come second or third on that one? Do you remember?
Oh, long I don't know. I mean,
We was all young men then, though, wasn't we, Bob?
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Have you still got that tractor, have you?
What, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lovely colour. You've done a really good job on that, haven't you, really?
Yeah, that's got it under cover down in Mepham.
Oh, okay. Let's say perhaps one day we'll get you down there and you could be driving it around and we'll take some nice videos of you doing it.
Yeah, excuse me.
That's okay. Now this next photograph is quite accurate. It's in black and white, which I quite like black and white photographs, and it sort of pictures the scene of the olden days. Let me show this to the camera first. You know, can you imagine being out in the field back in the day with your plough? It's got has it got a date on the back of that? I think it's got a date on the back of that.
90. 16, 447, 49. Copyright photograph. Kent Messenger Group.
Kent Messenger. Oh, that's the local paper, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the serial number.
Is that you sitting in it as well, sitting on the tractor?
Yeah.
You had long hair in those days, Bob.
Yeah.
A young man, newly married, enjoying the life of a tractor.
Yeah, that was taken up on the old Gravesend airfield.
Oh, right.
At Thong Lane.
Oh, Thong Lane, yes.
Yeah.
Is it a golf course now, is it? The Thong Lane Aerodrome?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was, because I know that area quite well. But it used to be a farm, did it? It was after the war, was it? It was an aerodrome during the war, obviously, and then a farm after the war.
Yeah.
I suppose they call that progress, doesn't it? And move on to a golf course now, isn't it?
That's right.
Because that Thong Lane, it's the top of a hill, and you can imagine the aircraft taking off there, can't you?
Oh yeah, that's
You know,
right.
'cause
Yeah.
it goes right over the Thames and that area, protecting the heart of London. Did you do national service yourself, Bob, or anything?
No, I just missed that.
You just missed it.
Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear.
I'll show the viewers another one. This is another one of your blue tractor, which is done up really well. Now there's three I can't even say it, varieties of that era of tractors. You've got the normal major, then you've got the power major, and you've got the super major. Why didn't you go for the super major rather than the power major? Now I know the power major had the what do you call it? The live drive, didn't it?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, 1957 that first came out.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because that made quite a difference to ploughing, didn't it? The live drive.
Well, yeah, mainly. Well, that and baling as well. That was another.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why for baling? Being a non-agricultural person myself.
Right. Well, you know what a baler is, don't
Yep. Yep.
you? So it was. In the live drive was the fact that you put a power takeoff into gear.
Yep.
And it was always in gear.
Yep.
So, in other words, you could just dip the clutch on the tractor and stop it if you got a load of hay or straw or something to put through the baler.
Okay, so you dip the first stage of the clutch.
Yeah.
So the PTO will still be going round.
Yeah.
But the tractor will be stopped.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's what we like to hear. Was that quite dangerous at the time, or was it because you could knock it out of gear and the PTO will still be running?
Well, no, it wouldn't.
No, you just use your common sense, didn't you, Bob?
That's right. That's what all it's about, really.
Exactly. That's what health and safety is about. Common sense, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see just you look at the pictures there. It's bringing back loads of memories.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You've enjoyed your life with tractors and one thing and another, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been hard work though, Bob, isn't it?
Well, yes and no. I mean,
You've met a lot of good friends through the hobby.
yeah.
And have you got any tractors here we can see?
Yeah, I got two in the check.
Oh, have you? Oh, fantastic. Perhaps we'll take a minute in a minute and have a walk round and have a look at them, and you can tell me about them there. But going back, I must still ask this question, Bob. If you had all the money in the world and you want a new tractor, which would it be?
Would this be?
Over the centuries of, the tractors have been about, would it be a tracked vehicle? Would it be a four-wheel drive vehicle? Would it be a two-wheel drive? Would it be blue, red, grey, yellow? Now, Bob, you were saying on camera just a minute ago, it's brought back lovely memories, and you don't know where the wife got the photographs from at all.
Well, no, she's got to run from out of my wardrobe or wherever, like, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But I can see it's your mind is just ticking over there, just thinking what a great days you've had on your tractors.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, that little red one fascinates me really. That McCormick one you got there.
Yeah.
You know, it's for a Ford man. You know, it's sacrilege, isn't it? Really, to be delving into another colour.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Did you make friends with that, or did you lose friends with that going into the red?
Made friends with that. That's my sister-in-law, Clawing on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Unfortunately, she's dead now.
Oh dear.
Now that tractor behind that crawler,
Yeah.
that D2, that belongs to, you mentioned his name earlier on.
Ralph Stevens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a cat man, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's his D2.
What I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to ask your wife to come in and have a little chat with the pair of you, if you don't mind. So I'll pause the video there.
Right.
Right, we're back on camera now with Bob's wife, Netta.
Nita.
Sorry. Now, you've been suffering Bob over the years with his tractors, I suppose. And
Yeah.
what do you enjoy that he does such a nice hobby, or
Yes,
you
I'm
go along
pleased
with
that
it?
he's got his own hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go along with it, don't I? I mean, latterly, when he's had to go a long way to, you know, on the, I've usually gone up with him, made sure he's all settled and come back and then go back and get him
a drink.
Yeah.
Well, that's what my wife does.
To save him driving, you know, say to York, all that way.
Oh,
or,
really? You
Not on a tractor, but
not on a tractor. No, not on a tractor. But when he's had to go to the national ploughing championships, because he usually helps there.
Oh, right. So you get involved with the national player
He's a
as well.
steward, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, fantastic.
And you have done a judges course as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, perhaps one day we can meet on the field and you can point me in the right direction of how to plough properly.
Yeah.
Now, so you've been his travelling partner for many years, and
Yes, yeah.
do you help him? Sorry.
I don't usually stay
No.
all the time, do I? I usually just see him, make sure he's safe and
He's set up.
yeah, set up.
Do you help with the poles?
No.
No.
I
Oh, but
used to
once
go
you
to
get
the
there,
county show, didn't we? We used to go to the county show a lot.
the county show you have to stay over a few days, though, don't you? So
Well, because we're quite close.
yeah.
You used to drive over. You used to take your tractor down there and leave it there, didn't you, or whatever? And you took your binder there once, didn't you, as well?
yeah.
Yeah, off camera just a second ago, you were just saying that you're a collector of agricultural machinery
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I've just been up there in the shed, thinking, yeah, because you've got a lot of agricultural implements as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Saved
Oh,
over the years. So.
Oh,
You
really?
just take round the fakes and all that sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it shows the younger generation the hardship as well as the good about things, doesn't
Right,
it?
yeah.
Being
Yeah.
out in the middle of a cold field in November, you know, using these implements, and now you got farms now, they've got a massive tractor with one big implement on the back that does everything, doesn't it?
Yeah. And of course, the labour is not what it was, is it? I mean, you
No,
had
you've
so
lost
many
it.
labourers. Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
It's mechanised now.
yeah, particularly for me, I like the hop gardens of many
Yeah.
of years ago, and obviously it's labour intensive,
Yeah.
so you've lost that sort
Yeah.
of thing, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you've
But then you have with everything, haven't you?
yeah. So you've travelled around with Bob quite a
Yeah,
lot,
travelled around with Bob, yeah.
and you've probably spent many a dark night on your own in the house while he's tinkering up the.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and we've had it on the lawn, haven't we, at the front.
Oh really? And he was telling me how he gets his tractors from the front to the rear. Now I noticed you've got a lovely rear garden.
Right.
Now I can imagine Bob bringing a tractor on and going, I've got this one, darling.
Yeah.
I'm going to park it in the garden.
Well,
What was your first thoughts?
Well, no, I don't mind. I don't mind at all.
Really?
He's got two tractors in the garage,
Yeah.
of course, so we can't use the garage for anything except tractors.
It's not a storage area for yourself.
No, no. Well, I think there's a couple of chairs this end, you know, garden chairs. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I think he's really enjoyed his hobby, haven't you? For his whole of his life.
Yeah. He was telling me he started it back in the 70s.
Yeah. We met
You
him.
must have been a very young couple. Was you together at that time?
Of course, I was a child bride.
Oh, was you?
No, I'm joking. So we've been married 50 years this year in September.
Oh, congratulations.
In September.
So he's not chased 30 women all his life then, he's chased 30 tractors.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
So you know he's safe up the garage when he's playing with his tractors,
Oh,
don't
yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I know he's safe when he's, playing with tractors, when he's, ploughing. He likes to plough, don't you? Rather like to take something and do something with it rather than just show it, don't you? He doesn't like necessarily just driving around, showing off tractors or leaving it at the county show. He likes to go to the ploughing matches, don't you?
I think that's an integral part of
Yeah.
making a tractor yourself, really, because you want to see it working, don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
You know, you don't want it just to sit there. I mean, some of the classic cars and classic farm machinery, it's just, they call them trader dollies or something like that, don't they?
Yeah.
When they literally move from one show to the next show to the next show.
But if that's what they like doing, and they're showing people, aren't they? They're showing people it. But Bob particularly likes to actually use the tractor and show people, don't you? That's
I think
the difference.
And with me, I mean, on a summer's evening, I'd just like to get onto the tractor and drive around the country lanes.
Yeah, well, that's right, yeah.
Because when there's nothing
If
about
you like to do it,
you could sort of transport yourself back into the day, couldn't you?
Yeah,
really?
right, yeah.
And you could sit there, and there's no cars shooting past or anything like that.
No, it's nice.
And you could, and on a summer's evening, you get that certain
Imagine, that you're just
magic that goes around, and you're in one place on your own.
Yeah.
I suppose we can
So how many tractors have you got?
I've got 3 old tractors. I've got
so
2
you've got
grey
3.
Fergusons and 1 Fordson Dexter.
All right.
I said to Bob, I'm a grey man at heart.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the Fordson Dexter only because it was part of the farm where I own part of the farm now, see.
Okay.
So I wanted to keep the history as well, rather than leaving it going. Yeah. So even in your younger days, did you go along to the events yourself?
Oh, in my younger days, I went to everything, of course, to impress him.
You was the show dolly, was you? Sitting on the tractor, was you, Bob?
Yeah, I didn't mind going to the county show, and then it, latterly, it was his hobby, and I sort of did other things. So.
Yeah. And what did you do while you was there? Did you just?
Oh well, if I was there and he was ploughing, I'd go and look around all the stands and look at the other,
The country ways, the old country ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
and there's
that's
a lot.
nice.
I mean, at county show, there's loads of things to see, aren't there? And
Yes.
things like that. I wouldn't normally go to a ploughing match unless there was trade stands and at North Kent they always used to have shows, didn't they? And so horticultural shows and things like this to combine it, didn't they? Which was interesting. But
they had the sheepdog events and and the I know it's frowned upon these days, but the fox hunting events and that sort of thing.
And of course at the county show you got loads of stuff, didn't you? They'd have the horses and Princess Anne would be there riding. And
oh really? Because that's what I must admit. The World of Kent show is one of the ones I really like because it's such a big an event.
Yeah.
And for a ploughing person, it's such a cheap day out really for us.
Yeah.
It costs us £15.
Yeah.
We can enjoy our hobby and afterwards get a nice meal, presentation, a walk round with a wife, can't we? And have especially on a summer's day, you can't beat it, can you?
No.
I understand, Bob, that some of the tractor events you've been in the past has been like winter. Isn't it really? Pouring the rain and
That's right.
you're struggling to get grip with your tractor wheels, aren't you?
Yeah.
But it's been nice talking to the pair of you.
Yeah, no, that's right.
And
did you see the photographs?
we've shown the photographs on camera, and perhaps Bob will take us round to show me perhaps 2 of his tractors he's got here.
Are we going to go in You want to go in the garage?
Would that be possible, Bob?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what I'll do with the key.
Well, we can go in the. You can go in the back, but
Oh,
they're covered up. They're all covered up, aren't they? That's the thing.
We should leave that for
And
now.
that,
Perhaps in the summertime.
Yeah, in the summer come round.
Because I'd like to go out with Bob sometime,
Yeah.
perhaps yourself, and we'd
Yeah.
go and see these tractors when
Yeah.
it's not so chilly and damp and everything else.
Yeah,
I understand
that's
this time of year, you know, most people have got all their tractors wrapped up in a nice warm garage,
I know,
and
yeah.
everything else is getting cold.
Yeah,
the lawnmower's getting rusty, and but
Bob's
the
not
tractor.
very active at the moment because he's waiting for his other knee to be done. So he's,
Ah,
pretty,
okay.
he's pretty static, aren't you? You can't move.
So I'm going to ask the wife now, because you wouldn't answer it to me
What?
earlier.
Right.
About if he had all the money in the world and he
Right.
could buy one particular tractor over the years, what would he buy?
I think he would still want the tractor you've got now, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He longed for that. When he first worked for an agriculture contractor, they bought him a new tractor, didn't they? Which is the Fordson that he uses.
Oh,
and
right.
Power
Really? They
Major.
bought it for you, did they?
Yeah.
In
And
1960 I had a brand new one.
yeah, brand new one, 960. So that about, what was it, about 10 years, 12, 15 years ago, we hunted one out and bought it and did it up. And he's done it up. And that's the one he keeps down at Andrew Woods. And
okay.
the one he uses at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that's more or less
The
one
pinnacle.
that you would want. Yeah,
Yeah.
the one that you would. Yeah. Although you like the little Fordson, didn't you? The War Egg one.
Yeah.
Oh, you got more egg one as well.
Yeah,
haven't
he's got a War Egg one in the garage and
I've got two of these.
International.
The
Yeah, that's
that's a War Egg one. The
that's the one he's prides most.
Yeah.
well, it's the first one I had, so I suppose.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
sentiment.
That's the
Sentimental,
latest
isn't
one.
it?
That's the
Yeah.
latest one. And that's the War Egg one,
Oh, the green one, yes.
green one. Where's the other phone? Well, it must be one of the Red International. Oh yeah, that's the International. So that was the second one. I think you had the War Egg one first, and that was the second one, and that was the third one. And then you had the. Did you see the
Yes, the weird looking one.
Calla Ranger?
They didn't take off, did they? Really?
No, well there was only 6 made, Bob said, and
Oh, was there?
Bob had one, and someone particularly wanted it in the end, and Bob said he wasn't that interested in it, so you sold it, didn't you? So someone particularly wanted it.
Well, I can just bring the video to an end there, but I want to say thank you to Bob and yourself for putting up with me today. And
Well, have we been more prepared?
I can imagine so. But I you know,
Yeah, that, seeing you in there. Oh, what's this out of blue? You know.
that's right.
yeah, that's me though. I'll go knocking on doors.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate all your troubles and you letting me in, especially with the present climate. We've all had jabs now, haven't we?
Yeah,
So
yeah, we'll wait for a second.
three of it, we're longing for the second one, and so thank
Yeah.
you again.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, he's not given up yet.
No. But he is nearly now 80, so.
Really?
Oh, that's what's.
Well, thank you.
Right, we got the garden, there's another. Right. He built all these.
Huh?
There are things in there, but
They're all tucked
Yeah.
away, are
they're
they?
all tucked away. And this is his office. This was his office, or still his office. It's his little tractors.
Oh, bless.
Little tractors away along. And then these are a lot of the stuff here. You know, you have to excuse the birds of it. But all the old ploughs, you know, there and sign and this old.
Oh, the horse-drawn plough.
Yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
another
look at
sign
this.
there.
Now, this is. Oh, I think this is fascinating. I don't know if we can see that, but it's the old stencil.
Yeah. It's such a shame that it's not going, you know, it's all protected.
Yep.
But it would be nice if, you know, someone wanted to
God, yes.
take it into a museum.
The stencil is something, you know, you've got to say, because that used to be on the old Hot Pockets and things like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think I find that sort of thing very historic.
Totally, yeah. So, so really it's just stored because he always intended to, you know, show it all off. But, and he used to take it to fetes and things. He'd often take these things to our local fete and show them, you know, clean them all up and do them. But so
It's definitely got some history here, hasn't it?
It has got some history here. Yeah.
It's got an old, is that a plough? The old wooden plough back there as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had a, I don't know where it is actually, if somebody's storing it, a binder, an old binder, and the county shard particularly asked for it to be taken down there, which he did do. He did take it down there. Might have some photographs somewhere. But I think that's in someone's barn, you know.
Yeah, well, I find it fascinating. Sorry, the sun's kidding.
Oh, no, that's right.
It's fascinating, really, that he's collected, especially that old wooden
I know.
plough.
Yeah.
You know, if he didn't collect it, it'd have been gone by now.
I know.
Hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So I mean, the intention is obviously sometime to give it to a museum or to somebody. You know, I think there are rural places that would be interested. Yeah.
But I'm sure. I mean, you know, sometimes you've got to look after yourself as well. So, you know, if someone wants to buy the tractors and gives you a little bit of money for a holiday or something like that, that sounds great. I mean, if someone wants to contact me on this YouTube, and I won't obviously give your details out, but if I can speak to you about if you'd like to sell anything or look after it.
Particularly the staff, if they wanted, you know, if someone had a, you know, passion, like Bob has had a passion, to, you know, preserve it, I'm sure he would be happy.
Fantastic. Oh, what's that?
This is a
root cutter.
Yeah, root cutter. You have to excuse the birds have been here. Yeah, so
well, thank you, darling. That's really nice of you to show me. Well, there you go. Thank you to Bob and his morning he's given me, and such a nice summer's day, well, spring day I suppose you'd call it now, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. It'll do the channel the world of good. And his wife, thank you to his wife for showing me his implements. Obviously Bob can't get around like he used to be, but you know, characters like Bob, we need to document, and the history that he's got in his mind and his passion for tractors and that sort of thing. So once again, from me, enjoy the summer when it comes and out of this COVID. Thanks a lot. Cheerio for now.